This article here points out something that is painfully obvious. Sports plays a crucial role in men's mental health, okay? It's something that I've referenced. I don't know necessarily on this channel or not, but it's one of the few regrets that I have in my childhood. I played baseball, played football. Wish I would have continued playing baseball. Football, probably to a lesser extent. I would be in much different physical shape than I am right now. Probably for the better that I gave up on the football career, but baseball, yeah, I'm still gnaws away at me a little bit, but even still, picked up at the gym, okay, and all that stuff, okay. Men need to have a tribe, okay. That's the long and short of this, okay. You gain all of your social literacy by dealing with different men. Not like that, in a much more friendly demeanor, okay. Not jumped to any conclusions yet. The fact that this has to get pointed out really just goes to show what kind of a problem there is with current men that are out there, if you can even call them that at this point, okay? Organized sports, organized clubs, okay, anything like that accomplishes this goal right here, satisfies that innate desire for competition that men have, the desire for camaraderie, okay, desire of conquest. That's what a man is neurologically wired in order to pursue. It doesn't have to be a team sport. It can be an individual sport, like weightlifting, like combat training, anything hard. Again, I'm not trying to throw in those little allusions, but I think you get what I mean. Men have a desire to overcome a challenge, to accept adversity, and then prosper on the other side of it. So let's take a look at this. There's no doubt that sports plays a crucial role in men's mental health. From keeping a man active and healthy to providing an outlet for stress and tension, sports can positively affect the overall well-being. In fact, many professional athletes attribute their success to the importance of maintaining a healthy mind and body. If you want to improve your mental health, consider adding sports to your routine. You may be surprised just how beneficial they are. Sadly, the third leading cause of death of men between 15 and 24 is, and the majority of those deaths are male. Yeah, no, exactly. Nobody wants to talk about that, now do they? No. It's just like that stat that's out there. 1 in 4 homeless people are women, and that's a problem. Men don't get to discuss their problems. They get to carry on their burden of performance in silence. It's how most men like it, but we're not asking for a handout when it comes to this stuff. We don't need the other sex to tell us that they understand and give us a little pat on the back. The only person who's going to do that for you is your mom and nobody else. Literally, nobody else cares about your struggles as a man. For many boys, sports can be a safe space where they receive positive socialization and engagement. No, it shouldn't be a safe space, okay? If you're in a dugout, if you're playing with your boys who are actually trying to accomplish a goal when it comes to sports, it is anything but a safe space. That's where you learn a vast majority and some of your best insults. Okay, so it's a safe space, not exactly the correct nomenclature. As a significant part of their life, it is logical that sports can play an important role in protecting mental health, developing it, and then also crystallizing it as well, teaching you how to not be soft. A recent study published by BMC Public Health examined data from young males playing sports. The study included 2 main sports, cricket and Australian rules football. Cricket, obviously, I'm from North America, I'm from Canada specifically. I wouldn't even begin to know what cricket is like. I know it's kind of like a bastardized version of baseball, but it's nowhere near as physical as rugby. Australian rules football. It might be a different thing, but whatever, you get what I mean. All participants were interviewed to gain a deeper understanding of the role sports in their lives play and their mental well-being. Yeah, exactly. That's why you find a lot of guys who, well, actually, even take a look at professional sports, okay? A lot of guys, okay, they work their entire life. The moment that they find a specific proficiency, whatever their sport is, they end up making it through college. They get a full ride scholarship. They end up making it to the pros. And then one of those very tough things to reconcile is the fact that I know specifically for the NFL, okay, the average NFL player, their average career length is about 3 years, the length of their rookie contract, and then they don't have anything. They work their entire life. They get all the way up to the pros, and then their life fundamentally changes, and it's over. in their mid-20s. So what do you do after that? You're no longer with the boys. You're no longer in that structured environment. And that's why so many lives just deviate so wildly after that, okay? That just goes to show, I think that reinforces the fact that sports is important for men. Transitioning, okay? If you're from one sport primarily, but then keeping up with that same discipline, that same social structure in a different venue. Take it upon yourself. If you're transitioning from a team sport to an individualistic sport, might not be able to perform at that same high pro level. You might not be Greg Hardy, who was a sought-after linebacker and then went on to perform in the UFC to mixed results. But still, even if you don't get to that high level, it's still important for the male experience, I would argue. They would argue as well. Study found that players viewed sporting clubs as an environment that was an important place for physical health and to shape young men's positive mental health attitudes. We identified a number of positive elements to playing for a sports club, including having like-minded friends as a release of the stressors of school and the ability to engage with other males irrespective of age or demographic. Exactly. Okay, because if you're on a sports team, I can think about it. Okay, I can go back to my baseball teams. I can go back to my football teams as well. There were a whole bunch of people, whole bunch of different people, different socioeconomic backgrounds, different races, different religions, but we all had a singular goal and we all worked together and we all joked around and messed around with each other. Nobody took offense to that stuff because we were a team. That was our tribe. Nobody gave a crap that the fastest kid was black, and it's like, that goes without saying, okay? Or the toughest kid was native. It's like, yeah, no, you just ribbed them because of that, okay? Call the goofy little kid, you know, playing cornerback who missed an easy interception, stone hands, or something completely worse. Or maybe saying you would have had an easier time catching that ball if you would have just bent over and spread your butt cheeks, okay? You can come up with some very colorful, hilarious stuff and bonds that will last a lifetime. That's also why you will see that old hack example, okay? The 45, 50-year-old horseshoe bald guy who's still wearing his Letterman jacket telling tales of high school football and how he was moments away from glory, okay? Because those relationships last a lifetime because they're impactful on multiple levels. Probably the last time that that theoretical straw man person that we're using for this example had that sense of camaraderie, had that same level of achievement, that same desire to accomplish a goal. Whereas they transitioned after college, after high school, they ended up getting a job with a whole bunch of different people pointing in different directions, okay? That's why sports is so important. The study helps to show how sports play a crucial role in men's mental health as they age. While some people see sports as simply a way to get physical exercise, the example helps to extend the visions of how sports can play a vital role in mental health. Exactly. And the fact that this article is so short, it just goes to show you there is so little respect that is paid to the struggle of men. Not asking for anybody to really rectify that. It's just to legitimately have the conversation and to dissect these interesting topics. At least they're interesting in my opinion, okay? So if you have a young child out there, or even if you're my age and you have the opportunity to go down to like a martial arts gym, okay, or even just to go lift, give yourself a burden. Put something heavy on your back and then accomplish it by running up the hill. Take on a challenge, take on a feat, accomplish it, and then do something more difficult in order to crystallize your acquired competency. Men get better under stress. I would argue stress ends up weakening women. That's a topic for another day. This is all about helping men because I'm a man and I care about that stuff. And there's a lot of weak men, damaged men, tired men out there. So somebody's got to raise them up, right? Anyways, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.